Hello there, welcome back. I managed to press space, so we lost a couple of days, sorry about that. But we'll continue where we left off last time. We're currently taking over the Kingdom of Sardinia, and after that we're gonna take Sweden. Last time we got Faster than the Fox done, which is conquering the Kingdom of Sicily while still tribal. And then we formed the North Sea and became, well, feudal. So we're gonna have to deal with the new problems that feudal brings, which is primarily money related, because armies now are going to be very, very expensive in terms of money. That's my grandson, not my... We don't want to marry him matrilineally. It's my bleeding grandson by the looks of it, so let's get them married. We have an active election. Currently, my grandson is winning, which I believe is my choice. I can vassalize the Jarl of Jämtland. He's actually going to agree to this. So, why not? He was a thorn in my side, but it was looked like my vassals have to some degree cut him down to size, which is good. And as I said, we're going to take Sweden. That'll give us most of Scandinavia. We were missing Finland and Sapmi, but I'm going to allow my vassals to deal with that problem. After this, it's taking over Scotland, securing basically the North Sea, if you will. We might also actually end up taking the coast. But as I said, the goal now kind of changed. I want to get some of these things done, like Consecrate Bloodline. We can now organize our fate by reforming it. Strengthen Bloodline requires some more breeding done. The Dynasty of Many Crowns is something that I want because Stewardship +2, Prestige, Vassal Opinion, Levy Size. These are all really, good things to have, and the more buffs we have, the better. Dismantling the Pope could be fun, because it will more or less just fracture these realms and make it easier to gobble them up for me to create kingdoms. So, in order to do this, we basically need to make sure that this man is not landed, which is pretty easily, but the second part, completely control the region of Italy, is going to be a bit more of a pain, but we are going to do that because we are going to create Romagna and Italy as one of the independent realms that we're going to hand out to our people. So, with that said, we're going to continue where we left off. We're still going to also focus on the Byzantines, get Thessalonica under our hands, and also get the achievement where we make one of the islands in India our capital. It'll temporarily be a capital though, so it's not like it's going to be a... it's not going to be... how to put this? It's not going to be like the capital until the end of the game. Let's just put it like that. She would not accept this. She's known as a criminal, so I can revoke her title. She'll rise up in battle with other disgruntled vassals, so... With that said, we'll take Sweden. If my guys still live, let me rephrase. We'll take Sardinia, we'll take Sweden, and if my guy's still alive by then, we will start causing some mayhem by revoking titles, because I have a decent amount of titles here that I want to revoke. Mostly because I just want to hold them myself. As I said, I want to make this area my capital. We are going to focus development, and development gain is based on, I believe, neighboring. Yeah, as you can see, you can't get development gain from neighbors, so by boosting my capital, the surrounding counties will get boosts, and at least these three are going to be mine. I'll have to see if I take like Berkshire, Surrey, Kent, or whatever, but I'm probably going to take Bedford and probably going to take Oxfordshire, because I believe the event for creating... Sorry, give me a second here. There we are. For creating universities, as you can see, university is a place of higher learning, reserved for those of good standing and wealth who are deemed worthy enough. It attracts scholars, scientists who debate, study, scribe, and ultimately pool their knowledge within its walls. So, in order to make these, I need to have either county of Oxfordshire or Cambridgeshire. Okay, that's right. I thought it was this one, but it's apparently this one, so we're going to take that instead. To 40 development. That's going to require some research, because as we know, there's one of the cultural fascinations or innovations that give... Is it this one? Yeah, as you can see, counties now reach the maximum existing development penalty at 20. I believe currently we reach that at about 10. So, as you can imagine, getting these things are going to be, interesting, and I might also just start focusing on converting counties in different areas in order to get all of these. Currently, in order to start to reach this, I believe we need one more innovation. No, we already started to research for this area. The average development, base progress. So in 33 years, we will reach the early medieval area and be allowed to start researching these innovations ourselves. So with that, we're gonna, as I said, continue this. We're gonna focus on Sardinia for the time being, and then Sweden, hopefully, and work from there. But what I could do before we do any of that is actually reform the fate, because now we are feudal. So it's no longer a big deal what we do in terms of fate. So for starters, we're gonna go through all of these doctrines here. I kind of want it equal because that will allow me to, you see, get men and women as commanders and knights. And it will also allow me to choose my daughters and granddaughters, etc., as my heirs, which will be important because they might end up with better stats in some situations, and that makes them very, nice to have. So we could be pluralist, allow other faiths to coexist with us, basically. It means that we convert slower, less likely to join factions, reduce danger from heresies. Basically, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I pressed that by accident. It doesn't really matter what we choose here. As you can see here, I kind of want righteous though. This basically, pluralist basically just means that more, like, we're less likely to get heresies for one, if we lose all our wars, lose fervor. Fervor makes it easier for rulers to create new faiths of their own, increased likelihood of counties and characters converting to other faiths, including heresies. So as you can see, fervor has something to do with the conversion speed, so it's a nice one. And as you can see, winning a holy war will vassalize infidel rulers in target area instead of seizing the land. That's also something that we kind of want to, not do, because that is really the only reason why we still have Catholic Anglo-Saxons in our nation. So as you can see here, if we were to go fundamentalist, other faiths will have 200% opinion penalty with us. Conversion speed will be increased by 20%. Counties of other faiths are more likely to join factions, meaning we'll have more uprisings, increased danger from heresies, and I can revoke my landed titles from hostile and evil infidels without incurring tyranny. So going fundamentalist is actually not too bad of an idea, seeing that I'm planning to stay basically in, the North Sea area. So we could go with theocratic clergy or lay clergy. Basically, we're going to go lay clergy just because it's simpler. Theocratic is basically realm priest. I won't have to worry about a realm priest with this. And again, I have the money. Oh, I don't. Oh, right. I don't contain enough. I still miss Sweden, the holy site. But we'll do this. And Temporal would be good. I could make my heir the, super priest. But for now, we're going to stick to none. Because Great Holy Wars are nice, but it's not something that I feel like we're going to need right now. Marriage type, consorts and concubines. We'd rather just go polygamous right away. Up to 4 spouses. It makes it easier to get the, health perks that I want. Divorce, always allowed. Bastardry, there are no bastards. All children are equally legitimate. That's what we want. Again, for inheritance, for making my family bigger, etc, etc. Cousin marriage, I guess. We could go marriage between cousins or nephews and uncle nieces is allowed. I think we'll buff it up to this. It'll allow them some, like more, marriage between my family members, but at the same time, it should be fine. Now, do we want to keep same-sex relation as a crime? Nope. Deviancy is, I guess, shunned. We could, yeah. We'll lose level of devotion and gain a corresponding fame trait. Kinslaying should always be criminal, I think. Kinslayer with familial kinslayer. As you can see, crime, imprison, banish, execute, close kin. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one because again, I want to kind of try and prevent it. I might get in a position where I won't need to kill some, extended family in other countries, and well, we'll keep it like that. Adultery, accepted because, you know, it's just more fun that way. Witchcraft is also accepted because I want to get that Coven thing. So Deviancy, let's just go with Shun there. Again, it's with the costs here, and I'm probably going to change out the patron gods. Clerical function, recruitment gives us prowess, as you can see, or rather the clergy prowess buff, some tax debuff, and a rather large reinforcement rate. We could go with arms and pacification. Popular opinion in the counties +10, domain taxes -5, or we could just go control. Control growth +20%. Honestly, I feel like this is probably the, you know, the best choice still, recruitment. Clerical Agenda, we're gonna stick that to either, I don't care. Marriage will be allowed, appointment will be temporal, revocable, which means that I am in charge of, you know, giving the office, and I can revoke it if they don't like it. And the other end is that, you know, Head of Fate appoints the realm priests and court chaplains, and they have it for life, so we're gonna stick with that one. Now, for patron gods, again, it gives me a buff, but I believe there's a lot of these that it would be better for our fate here, and that is just barely for, you know, boosting everything. As you can see here, we could go with Ancestor Worship, which gives some pretty nice bonuses here, but I'm uncertain. Making lustful a virtue, giving all my people 25% fertility would also be pretty good. We could go for some synchronism, communal identity. As you can see here, if the county has either my culture or my fate, they get a speed boost, which would be nice for conversions. But yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look here. We could go with this one just to make the achievement of getting 3 virtues straight easier, because Wise Man, we've proven that it's not very difficult to get. You just need to have the learning focus, learning family focus. And well, again, it's a nice thing. Conversion resistance makes us harder to convert. We basically say that you are allowed to give false conversions to people, to our enemies in that case. We could make gluttonous a virtue. We already have human sacrifice, or, you know, one form of human sacrifice. We're not going to focus on the syncretism, I feel like, because we are basically not going to be friendly with anyone. Legalism, just a virtue. Law cost by 10% or increase. Basically, this would require me to look at the perks of whoever I elect, which I do not feel like doing. We could increase conversion speed with mendicant breaches, temperate a virtue, additional bonus upon completing a pilgrimage. That's pretty good. We can take vows to become monks, temperate a virtue again, and well, ecclesiarchy, monthly firma per holy site held, additional bonus upon completion of a pilgrimage. Again, those are pretty good. Polyamory, I'm not too worried about that one. Rulers have a conquest Casabella against neighboring rulers. We already have this. Invasion Casabella, we already have that. Ambitious of virtue. Basically, we already have most of this. Direct battle opinion -10 though is not something, you know, is good. Reincarnation here could be a funny one to, you know, mess around with. Conversion resistance +20. We have a chance of being considered the reincarnation of an ancestor, giving bonuses to piety and opinion. Rulers with high learning may condemn their sinful vassals. More sinful a vassal is, the less learning this ruler requires to condemn them. Again, I don't know what I want to go for here. There's a lot of, you know, good ones. Patron gods is also good. Like, you can choose 4 different, basically extra perks to choose. But yeah, Sacred Lies, adherence and piety for successfully completing intrigue schemes. Adherents are more willing to become agents schemes of other characters. This basically means that everyone is going to plot to kill everyone in my kingdom, and as a result, my family members are going to just keep on dying like flies, so we're never going to do that one. Never. Sky Burials, piety and pleasing the vassals. We're getting some disease resistance, as, you know, everyone. We could, you know, tax the non-believers. There won't be too many non-believers in the family, but it will also give a high reinforcement rate. Members of the clergy can serve as commander or champions. Everyone gets +4 to prowess and to hostility advantage. Or we can go piety, reducing tax income but increasing monthly piety gain. Honestly, of all of these, the one that I kind of like the most is maybe this one, because it would be helpful, but since we aren't actually at the point yet where we can decide what we want, Warmonger here again is good. We're not gonna fight ourselves. We're gonna fight. We're not gonna fight to take land for ourselves. We're gonna fight to take land for our family. So having this, like just the conquest casus belli everywhere, at least at sea, is good. This one again, execution and piety, is pretty good. But there are a lot of good, choices here. So I'll have to have a look into it, see what other people have done. Probably look into the Reddit, see what people feel like. This is probably going to be my doctrines. I might have to change them if I want some of the, locked ones here. But yeah, we're gonna focus on that a little bit later. Again, I should probably just have waited with that until I actually had what I needed in terms of land. But with this, our land is starting to look good. Sweden, it will be our next target. My vassals will probably conquer, the rest here. They've already started conquering a couple of counties down here. So we'll focus on Sardinia for now. It should be fine. We are still feeling fine, so we should live at least a little bit longer. And we'll get a warning, I believe, a year before we die, because of one of the perks we have from our lifestyle tree. So that's pretty good. And someone is actually raiding me, so I might have to send my boys to deal with that, but I hope not. And again, we need money now, so ransoming countesses is basically part of the course. Why are we gonna lose this battle? Yeah, we'll do this. But again, I don't want to lead because just being a little bit unlucky can have pretty bad consequences for me. And we'll join up these two armies for when we need to deal with this. Differences in fate. In the county of Bari, they believe in cataclysm, and they do not pray to Odin. Riksgårdigerd condemned this as a heresy, but the people ask for understanding. How they worship are none of my business. Popular opinion +25. In the county of Bari, she loses 5 opinion, but I think we'll just go with this. It'll be easy to convert them for 30 years. Anything that buffs conversion speed is good too, to be honest. We're not looking, particularly for coexistence. So, it's no biggie. There we are. We have one duke. The fact that a duke is only worth 50 is kind of, disappointing. There we are. We have now taken 4 counties, and as I said, I'm planning on handing over this kingdom to some of my family members. So, are you an heir to anything? You are. You're actually the heir to, if I'm not completely mistaken, that is Iceland. How about you? You are not the heir to anything. You are an heir to something. So, your father and mother. Oh, it's matrilineal marriage. Okay, good. You are basically then good to go for King of Sardinia. I wish you luck in your, future kingdomery endeavors. But yeah, that's basically just going to be how I pick the people. Count Oliveiro might join. Well, hasn't he already joined? Wasn't that what that message said? Muslim faiths have now access to jihad, renewed jihad. The House of Islam is under great threat from the onslaught of heathens and infidels in its very heartlands. In response, His Magnificent Caliph Khalid has declared that an era of renewed jihad is upon the world. The core regions of the Dar al-Islam must be retaken at all costs. All righteous Muslims faithful should prepare to join the ranks of the Mujahideen for the upcoming struggles. So, I assume, yeah, they took Jerusalem, the first crusade here. Crusader Queen, Holy Monarch, again pretty good. They have 6,000 men, but with the Abbassids not having shattered, I would assume they had more troops than that, just 4,000. They have a strong ally though that has 8,000. Who is their ally? Or is that basically their allies? You know, their allies complete, or all their allies basically added together? I don't know. But it does seem, you know, important. We're losing a lot of money still, so need to end these wars. I don't know why I got like a million messages there for you're a captain. Okay. I don't know why I got a million messages there for what I assume is peace, but I don't mind. A man worthy of applause during a recent witches, which is Theognosia. Why are you visiting me? Should I be worried that a fornicator adulterer is visiting me in my court? Thank you for showing me. I gained some opinion. I would assume that she is chancellor, and he has sent her to increase opinion with me. How to explain that? Okay, so more people are having, you know, being fornicators, as you can see. So, to the prison cell you go. The Jarl that just recently swore fealty to me. First thing I do is chuck him in the dungeon for fornicating. But with that said, it should be fine. Again, I'll allow these sieges to, you know, run their course, and then we will allow peace to be restored, if you will. And again, the fact that I get dread from executing, you know, heathens is beautiful. And once we're done with this, as I said, we'll head straight to... Are you already a Jarl? You make your money... Okay. I was about to say, you make money quick, but he is 250 gold in debt. I'll still just hand him everything though, he can create his own vassals. And as I said, once we're done with this, we'll start messing about with... we're not having any empire drift just yet. But yeah, once we're done with this, we're going to start dealing with Sweden. Oh, I got over my strats, probably because I handed him too much land. I guess we're going to work off some. We're going to get the Sweaty Stench debuff, a little bit of opinion for you, but that's fine. And I'm just under the critical stress level again. Currently we have 8,000 troops. Potential 10,500. And now that we're at peace, I'm going to move my capital to London. Currently, Toonsburg is making me 1.5 with 300. But if we move the capital here, it won't tell me how much I'm making because I'm upgrading. Tax is 1.7, 500 levies according to this, so it should be all levies. I don't know how to pronounce that word anymore. I just confused myself there. That's impressive on its own right. I would like to take the county of Essex, so we're gonna have to take the Ealdon first. She's gonna refuse, but as I said, we're gonna, because getting the piety needed to reform the religion would be a super pain. We're gonna subjugate the king of Sweden first. Have I lost my subjugation? I guess I can only use... Oh, this is bad. I just realized my humongous mistake. Subjugation is a tribal casus belli. So I became tribal with, or I became feudal. I lost that casus belli. I didn't actually consider that. But it's not a problem for the, you know, what's it called? Holy Site. We can just go for Yaldam Upland instead. And that'll allow me to take the Holy Site itself. Just hand it over to someone else. So let's do that. He only has 2,000 men, meaning it should be easy to just split up my troops and deal with that. We're gonna move this raise army point to here. Basically it's borders. And we're just gonna raise it all here. And it'll take a little bit over a month. He's also at war with someone else by the looks of this. No, I guess his vassals are either fighting each other or he's being raided. Or, you know, both at the same time. Okay, they're sitting on top of that. That's why I couldn't see it. You guys go and siege the capital. You guys go and siege this. We'll lose some men during the moves here, but again, not something that is a huge problem. I should probably also considering having these two, yeah, these two armies join together and down the Swedish army because it became bigger, so I assume there's some mercenaries involved. Let's see, can I... Let's put the Duke of Dilbard on this. Am I gonna... Okay, they split their armies for me, that's good. We have another bleeding out event here, and once again, we're gonna go for step back. This is my patient because we have a 94% chance of getting 300 lifestyle experience. Jarl Aker is gonna lose some opinion of me, that's fine. So, we succeeded by looks of it, and also my son came of age. I saved a life today. So this guy joins my court, he's basically useless. Which is, you know, mean to say, but the facts, as sad as that is. I could marry my son to my genius granddaughter here. But I don't know if that is a good idea. My great-granddaughter is Amazonian. But I think we're just going to go with this. It's the second tier of... Do you not have any... No, that's not the guy I wanted to marry. Oh, Jesus. Let's just continue down this line. We'll get this one first. My wars can get additional skills, so now I should raise my kids myself. Sure, I'll do that. Can make shield maidens, vassals to rightful liege. I'll deal with that later. But I'll marry off my family members first. You are... I need to bring skills into the family with help for you. We'll do this. You're about the same age. Yes, a health perk. Works out great. And we'll do this. 2 mid-tier perks. Negotiate alliances. Don't care about that. Don't care about that one. Not that one. The fact that I can modify contracts is starting to become, you know, more interesting. The forced petition. And then doing this could be good. And honestly, I should just do this because once they become dukes that hold more than one duchy, they'll be a pain. But having the tax levels and the levy levels at standard should be fine. The 20 opinion would be way more annoying. Again, as you can see, it's not even that much of a buff. I could lower it, but it's fine. We're gonna stick with the... We're gonna slap on forced petition to every one we can. And hopefully be able to stop, you know, the creation of super vassals that way. And again, as I said, some people will definitely hate me for this, but it's something I can live with. They'll have to use hooks if they want, you know, me to remove the partition part from their contracts. And I'm not planning on handing out hooks willy-nilly. I can imprison some criminals. Duke Theodoros. The Reeve. What have you done? Oh, good old fornicator. Who isn't these days? But yeah, we'll continue the war with Sweden next time, I believe. And I'll just go ahead and end it here. Achievement unlocked, fine print. I believe this is modifying the achievement for modifying a vassal's contract. I don't know if you need a hook to get that achievement or not, but we did it. And I will do this one more battle with the Swedes before I forget. And there we are. That should create, well, enough time for me to go ahead and siege these two counties. And with that, I'm going to end it here. We'll continue next time. Thank you for watching, and I do hope that you enjoy.